podcasting, and I hope you can read our lips. We were having some sound issues just a moment ago, so hopefully we're synced up. It'd be really mean if I started talking like how some of the dubbing is on the old kung fu films. Glad to be here. I won't do that anymore. It's good to be here. We'll get started in just a moment, guys. We're I'm just getting. I'm sorry. I've got the Bluetooth in my ear and it's talking while I'm talking, and you know me, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
All right.
But just getting the stream started. What?
Yes, I got it up on YouTube.
Oh, thank you. Oh, do you? All
yeah.
right. So we'll be able to do comments on YouTube.
Yes.
All right. So we have YouTube comments going. Are you jogging?
It's gonna be it, man. We got this together.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna click start.
Ooh.
Bang.
And it all explodes.
Hey guys, welcome.
Hey, it's Tuesday.
And we've thawed out.
We've thawed out.
Just in time to do a lion painting.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what's and I won't talk too much about the weather because I know probably everybody and their uncle is talking about the weather. And if you're from Texas, you're probably tired of it by now. And, you know, if you're not from here, you're probably tired of hearing people from down here talk about it.
Yeah.
But either way.
Bonkers.
But it isn't. How warm was it today?
It was 79.
Yeah, I got to 79 today, which is like, let me see, it was like 81 degrees more than it was last, like it was -2.
Yeah.
In the studio or in the house, like last, or outside. But it got cold enough in our house where the water was freezing. I mean, God.
The pipes were frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inside the house, like, you know, that's when, you know, it's chilly. Like you're walking around with your big old coat on, you know, and it's just, you know, you're just wearing that all day in mittens, like big heavy mittens, all this stuff. You go to bed and you put on extra coats.
Oh man.
Because you're not going to be moving around as much.
And then the power going out. I was talking to the people that do our prints, and we were just chatting about all this stuff, and I said, I feel like I've been handling all of this really well with like COVID. We're always at home. We all work together constantly. Jack's homeschooled. I mean, we are always together.
You're a lucky lady, yes.
Yeah. And I thought to myself, not until the power started going out did I think I was actually going to lose it. Like I thought, like that's when I was like, wow, we have to find things to do that like outside of electronics.
And we were really fortunate in that we had we had, like, we got a nice little core family, us three here, and we had enough food. We had we didn't have like wood to burn or anything. That's one thing we should have had.
Yeah.
But everything was fine. I mean, it wasn't terrible. But the weird part was, being really cold, which is, it was okay for us. We had plenty of blankets and all that kind of stuff. And during the day and all that, like we kind of had fun. Like you and Jack would go out and do fun things, and and they were camping out in the living room. So, it was fun for Jack. We were having it was a lot of fun. But at night though, everybody kind of shut down or whatever. Like when the lights were off, and
yeah,
because like you and Jack were y'all did, I don't know. Like I was, I don't know. I'd go clean the kitchen or whatever. After to make dinner or clean, whatever we were doing, and then there was nothing to do really. Like it was, like you couldn't play a board game because you guys couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Well, we had some candles and stuff, but it was so cold that when your hands were outside of your like I didn't paint, which was really weird.
Yeah, it was way too cold to come back here in the studio.
I can't paint with gloves because I have to be able to feel the paint, So, you have your gloves off for a little bit. And you're like, it's freezing.
Yeah,
it was freezing.
It was a balancing act of charging all your devices, downloading anything you needed, and when the power was on, and then once the power was off, you were like, okay, we have a show, and to watch, and we have enough power enough cells power to watch it, so it was a bit nutty, and it was funny though, because like I could see you were going a little crazy, because you couldn't even. It's one thing that, like, if John doesn't paint, he kind of goes a little wacky, but he can at least come back here and sit at his chair and think, and whatever he does, I don't even know. but like it was too cold to even walk back here. So you were starting to pace the house, and I was like, oh, this is it, man.
He's about to lose. We're about to go shining.
I know we were strong during COVID. We're strong, with homeschool. But this is it. This is what's going to take us down.
Yeah, I'm good if I can paint.
Blackouts.
I got to paint every day, pretty much every day, unless there's something. And that was the first time I hadn't been able to paint in days. Like, not had like being sick or something. Like really sick. Like I don't know. Like
yeah, it was a bit nutty. But 79 degrees. Jack and I literally did half of homeschool outside today. I mean, it's a little bonkers here, but...
I just said we weren't going to talk about the weather so much, and then I lied instantly. And you know what? I knew I was lying when I said it, but, I was optimistic.
Well, let me say really fast, we got some people joining us. Kylie Sykes joins us, says, hey, guys.
Hey, Kylie.
Also, she says, I wanted to let everyone know I'm a published poet now.
Wow, that's cool. Congratulations.
Thanks to Aaron.
Get out of town.
So congrats. That's fantastic. My mom joins us, says, it's togetherness.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And hey, Kylie, can you tell us where we can find your poem?
Oh, yeah. Let us know. Put it in the chat. Ron Captain joins us, says, hey, guys, I'm at a casino in Vegas, but would rather hang with you guys.
Well,
thanks.
Thanks, man. I would love to be hanging out with you.
I know.
Right now.
I know. Vegas kind of sounds fun.
Good luck. Good luck.
And Nancy says, hey.
Hi.
And Vic has joined us and says, oh, nice colored tips. Cute. Thank you.
Oh,
I haven't. I'll be honest. Like I'm so over this hair situation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the remnants from last month of a different color every week.
And apparently, green and blue is the hardest to wash out. So I'm just gonna have this sort of muddy green to blue for probably like 6 months.
Maybe you need to go like really blonde on the tips and then go like pink or something. You look really cute with pink. Oh, you look really cute.
I don't know. I don't know if I can cover any of it. It's dark now and weird.
Wow.
But anyway. And Linda joined us, says sometimes you do need to talk about weird weather. So yes, yeah.
Oh, tonight we're gonna do an underpainting. Jackie has some questions, and hey, Linda, by the way, sorry, I'm gonna gloss that over. And we're gonna make a cocktail, which actually we're just gonna try it. Really, I mean, we're gonna make it here, but this year we're hoping. Last year we were hoping to open our gallery, which is also gonna be like a lounge. So. Because I want a place where people can come and actually learn how to paint and just hang out, be around art, and so we'll have we'll have drinks and stuff there.
I think you just want your studio to be in a bar.
Well,
let's be honest.
Okay, there is the cocktail we're gonna make tonight is a French 75, which is a cocktail from World War I. It just sounds interesting. We've never tried it. It's a champagne type cocktail. It sounds like it could be really good or it could be really nasty, but we'll find out. I've been intrigued for so long. Back when George Rodrigo was alive, he's a Blue Dog guy from Louisiana. I always heard this story, and I don't know if it was true, but I always imagined that it was. I like to think it is. Where his studio in New Orleans, in the French Quarter, it just had a bunch of couches and stuff, and you could go into a studio and just hang out. So I thought, well, instead of just opening a gallery or a studio, it'd be nice to have a place where people could come in and actually live with the artwork a little bit, and
be cool.
Take classes and have other artists come in and be able to. And here's the other thing, like be able to give artists like at least the vast majority of anything that sells there, because the studio itself is making money from people coming in and just hanging out, So anyway, so that's led to this idea of an art space that is really warm, it's welcoming, it's all inclusive. It'd be a place where anybody can go, and no matter a disability, or if you can't draw a straight line, or if you don't even like art and you just want to hang out around some interesting stuff.
And hopefully we won't drink our profits.
Yeah. But
that's the goal.
But that led us to being more interested in different things, like So like in the art of different things, So like the art of cocktails was really interesting because the way that they're put together and structured, and I don't know anything about this stuff and about wines and beers and all this stuff. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
So with this cocktail, this is something that came out in World War I. It was called the French 75 because it was named after the 75 millimeter gun that the French used.
Oh wow.
And it was like gung gung gung. It was like a fast.
That's cool.
Yeah. So apparently, but according to the reviews, it's not supposed to leave you as shell shocked as the actual.
Okay. Well, let me say, Kylie Sykes says thank you. The book is called Heartfelt Poetry Collection, published by Wingless Dreamer. So awesome. We'll have to check that out. She says it's also available on Amazon. And my mom said 81 degrees, yay, which she had a lot of postings about the lake. She lives on a pond, and it was completely frozen. People were walking on it. And then today it was like ducks and everything was back to normal.
That's crazy, isn't
like,
it?
Texas didn't try to kill us 3 days ago. And then she says, what's wrong with that? Art cocktail bar. I love it.
Oh, who said that?
My mom.
Oh,
Okay.
that's why your mom is brilliant.
Yes. So I'm going to have you open this champagne.
Cool. Here, let me try to open. I'm getting my paints ready. So, in this cocktail, the French 75. You darling?
Sure.
All right, it's about to pop, guys. Maybe we'll see.
Let's hope it doesn't go everywhere. Oh gosh.
Ooh, that was a nice sound.
Eagle's like, I'm out.
You know it's a party. Yeah, bless your heart. Sorry, Eagle. Sorry. I forgot what I was saying. That pop totally cleared my mind. Oh well, must not have been important.
Okay. So really fast before you tell me. Okay, it's ice. What's in this mixer?
Oh
and
yeah,
then
that's what I was gonna say. That's
and then I pour
exactly what I was
champagne
gonna
on
say. Okay, in the French 75, it's lemon juice. So in the cocktail shaker right now, I put that in there. So no, you put the ice in the cocktail shaker. So
I'm gonna be a great bartender.
so you have a Boston shaker. That's the kind that has a little thing. So you wanna put a good amount of ice in it.
Okay.
In the cocktail, it's lemon juice. So it's a half a shot of lemon juice for each drink.
It smells weird.
Traditionally, it was made with gin, but you can also make it with vodka. So we made this with a Texas vodka. I'm
not a gin fan.
Yeah, and so it's an ounce. It's a half an ounce of lemon juice, 1 ounce of vodka, and then it's a half ounce of simple syrup.
Okay, so and this makes 2 drinks. What you put in here?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna shake it.
So you shake it, shake it, and then whenever it feels nice and chilled, so you shake.
It's cold. It's really cold.
So
Okay.
And then so if you want leave just a little top, you want to take the little top off because you want it to strain.
Oh, okay. And then but we need ice in our glass,
Nope,
right?
nope.
No. Okay.
I don't think so. At least what I read, this is the way you do it.
All right, I'm gonna pour it.
Okay, so but you want to make sure it's really cold. So make sure you shook it enough.
Okay, I'm gonna shake it more. I'm not gonna be the bartender at this bar. This is what this
you are.
means.
You're gonna be
No.
You know, we used to have a place called Mabel's here in Denton, and there was a bartender. He was so nice. He was brilliant,
Okay,
but he didn't know how to make anything. And if you went in there and you asked for whatever you asked for, he says like, "No, you want a Coors Light." So you can just give everybody a beer.
No.
Anyway.
Okay.
So you pour that into a glass after it's shaken, and then you top with about 3 ounces of champagne.
3 ounces. For each? Okay.
And that makes it nice, light, and bubbly, and hopefully, so it sounds like it's well balanced because it's a lot of it's half lemon juice and half simple syrup, which sounds pretty even.
Can I eyeball the?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Because I didn't bring the measuring thing.
Oh no, that's good. You can probably just do whatever you think, like a good amount, 3 shots worth.
In each.
Yeah. That's perfect.
This could be a disaster.
Well, it could taste terrible, but it could be great. But the interesting thing to me, though, is that this drink is like over 100 years old. So it's a bit of history. In the time when they were drinking this, it was during wartime. They thought it was the war that end all wars. And, they were... yeah, I don't know what happened, but I heard something wobbling. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Thank you. Thank you, darling.
Sure.
Well, and this is what it looks like, guys.
It smells weird.
Does it?
So, like, all the old drinks, that makes me think of, like, old fashions and stuff, and those were never good. So, I don't know if this is going to be good.
Well, here's to the war that ends all wars.
Oh, cheers.
Chin chin. Hey.
It's all right.
That's pretty good.
It's all right.
What do you know?
It's different. It's different.
It is. That's pretty good.
Vodka and champagne. It's going to be an ugly morning.
I was really expecting it to be nasty to tell you the truth, but I thought, well, because it's just like what you said, where these old drinks very often they're not great.
They are not.
Well, this one's actually pretty good. It's pretty refreshing.
Yeah, that's.
How would you describe it?
It's like a light citrusy, a sugary, light citrusy with some bubbles.
It is. it tastes. You know how mimosa is a good morning drink.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for a celebratory morning.
Every morning.
This might be like a nice summery drink.
Yeah, that's
too, 'cause
nice.
It's nice and light, but it might be something you want in the evening because it's
Yeah.
you know it's got a little bit more of a punch to it.
Yeah. I mean, well, vodka or gin. I guess with the gin, the gin would probably make that kind of gross.
Well,
I just don't like gin.
unless you really really like gin.
Yeah.
And then it would be like, oh, that's got some interesting herbal characteristics.
Herbal characteristics. Well, Kim Tyler has joined us and says hello. Hey.
Well, hey.
And Kylie said it was great seeing you both yesterday on the workshop. It was good talking to you as well.
Yeah,
that was fun.
yeah, that was so cool.
And so what we did yesterday for everybody out there is we did a virtual workshop with a school for the blind out in Colorado, and I'm going to show you John's masterpiece. I mean, it's fridge worthy.
Yeah, so
if stuff's falling off of it, but
yeah, it's poster paint and sand and some different things mixed in the paint. So whenever we do these workshops, I don't use the paints that I normally use when I'm painting. We use stuff that'll wash out of people's clothes and stuff. So so we use like kids paints and
poster paints and this, because these things are virtual now, we have to send kits out to people, so they have to make it in the mail, so we have to double wrap everything. It has to be something that and it's all like really small bottles, so non-toxic and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
So,
good stuff.
My mom said Glenn needs to teach you fancy shaker tricks.
Ooh, yeah, there we go.
Let's just hire Glenn.
Does Glenn know some fancy shaker? That's a mouthful. Does Glenn know fancy shaker tricks?
Yes, he was a bartender. I
Really?
forget. Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was a bartender.
What?
Before his karaoke stardom.
Wow. Well.
Ron Captain said, I went to bartending school. Are you hiring? LOL.
What?
Yes, apparently we will be hiring because I don't know how to.
Dang, guys.
pour a drink.
That's awesome. No, that's really cool. But it's so interesting to find out about the history of these different things. I'm really surprised about this. This is the first kind of old drink that, I mean, like I've had a, gosh, there's a place in town called Pascal's, which is like the it's a little cocktail place. But they're kind of fun. They don't really have a sign on the door or anything. It's the only place like that in Denton, but it's fun. But I've had a Sazerac there and some other things and. All the old sort of...
the old ones aren't very good, but they, I mean, they have
I don't like bitters that much.
Yeah,
That's
but
fine.
they have a million fancy ones like some chocolate crazy martinis and all this sort of stuff. So the only problem is that part of the fanciness of this bar is they make it in front of you and it's a big show. So every drink takes like, a full 3 minutes to make.
Yeah, or more.
And if the bar is like 20 people deep,
yeah.
it's going to be a while.
Yeah, they're going to burn the sage and get the smoke and get it down in there and waft it in.
I always order 2 drinks when I'm up at the bar. I mean, because I'm not going back up there. It's
pro tip.
Pro tip. Order 2 drinks.
You got 2 hands. You might as well.
That's right. Well, Kim says, are you painting a lion?
I am. Yeah, and I was going to talk about that. That's a good thought, Kim. Here, let me. Gosh, I forgot.
What I don't think you've shown.
No, I haven't. I was gonna. And so what I worked on earlier today was I drew a light sketch of a lion. So here, let me show it without us, because here's the lion, and then there's a lion cub. So if you're looking at it, if you're not sighted, this is an 18 by 24 inch canvas. It's horizontal, so it's 24 inches wide. And it's a really close-up view of a male lion's head. So his eyes are towards the top of the painting. His nose is around about the middle, if that kind of gives you an idea of the placement. And then down towards on the right-hand side of the painting, towards the bottom is a lion cub that's kind of nuzzling up against his dad and looking up at him. So that's the way it is. And then there's a little bit of negative space off on the right. That way they don't, there's a little form to them. But that's what we got here. And right now it's just black and white. And I'm going in and I'm adding some underpainting, which is the topic of today's
technique.
Technique, yeah. So an underpainting, one of the great things about it, and what I'm doing is I'm doing a gray underpainting. So it's just monochromatic, which most underpaintings are. And you've probably heard me talk about, doing underpaintings, but honestly, they are one of the best little if we're talking pro tips, that's a good pro tip, because with an underpainting, you're only worried about value. And the value is just the lightness and darkness of a color. So every color has value. It's how light or how dark it is. But whenever you do a monochromatic painting like this, and it's all gray, you don't have to worry about any of the colors. You're just thinking about the lightness and darkness of it. How much light is hitting that area? And that's something you can go in and you can change really easy. You can add a little more dark, a little more white. You can lighten it. So with me, what I usually do is I mix up a few different grays, and then I'll go in, and those are my base colors. I have the black, the white, and maybe 3 different grays. They're between those. And that gets me pretty far. And then I can start mixing it up a little bit further. But you don't have to keep it a black and white painting, though. You can go in afterwards, and you can put all the color you want. You just make sure it's a little transparent, so you can see through it, and that value that you worked so hard on with the black and white shines right through. And it looks like it looks like you're a master color technician, and in a way you are, because you did a really smart thing. You did an underpainting, and that's a nice way too. If you get into drawing, and you get a pencil drawing, and you're able to shade it really, really nicely. It's really easy to move from that into watercolor or something. You just need to spray your drawing with a fixative, which is just like it could even be like a spray varnish, and put that on there, and that'll keep the paint from dissolving the either the lead or the graphite or whatever it is you're using, the charcoal. It'll keep it on there, and then you can start using watercolors and different light paints over it and just adding color. But it makes a really easy way to go from a black and white painting into a color painting.
Do you know what that technique is called?
What? What do you mean?
The underpainting technique, where you put a monochromatic, tone.
Well, can you say it, because I'll probably mispronounce it.
Griselle?
Yeah, see, I know it's French, and I'm terrible with French. So, I know how to spell it. Do I know how to pronounce it?
I like how you're like, I'm just not going to pronounce it. You say
I'm just not going to say it. You say it. You take the bullet on this one.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's for gray. And then there's different words for different colors. Which is never used. And I learned them once. Like, I don't know, I was reading a book about it, and I learned all of them. And I've never used them. And now the only one I can remember it looks like Crisel, which is probably not how you pronounce it, because I know every time we go to New Orleans, and there's like French streets and stuff, and I think oh, I know how to pronounce this. And then somebody pronounces, like, oh, where's your hotel? And we'll tell them what street it's on.
Oh, gosh.
And they're like, where is it? We'll say,
Place des Armes.
Yeah, we'll say, no,
I don't even know.
We're at the Place des Armies. Where?
Oh, man.
And then they'll pronounce it. We're like, no, I don't think we're staying there.
They're like, where?
No, we're not staying. So,
well,
it's terrible being...
my mom commented and said, what can you substitute for champagne? I still have your bottle of champagne. Can you tell I don't like it?
Oh.
So.
Well, you don't really taste the champagne, though.
You don't, actually.
You like gin, though.
Yeah.
Miss Marilyn. So you probably wouldn't... The champagne, it tastes more like bubbly water, really.
Yeah, it just adds a bit of bite to it.
Yeah, a little... Yeah.
Just a tiny bit. But it's not like drinking a glass of champagne, which I think really, like, sometimes people don't like champagne because they haven't had the right kind.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like, I don't like just normal champagne, but I'm a really big fan of Ballatory. Oh, yeah. So, to me, that tastes really good, but it tastes vastly different than a lot of, like, super dry champagnes and stuff, so.
It sounds like the weather has driven us to drink. That's what it sounds like. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, Nancy says, was it the School for the Blind and Deaf in Colorado Springs? It actually was in Denver. I don't know specifically what they were... I don't know if it was specifically the school for the deaf and blind. I don't think so, but it was an organization out there. I want to say it was actually the school districts that had just some specialty classes that they were putting together, and it was out of Denver.
I have a so we're doing, but for Colorado Springs, we're doing a workshop with the museum there, right?
No, that's Denver.
Denver.
Yeah.
Oh, Denver. Okay. For the museum in Denver.
Yes.
And
yes.
When is that?
March 4th.
Oh, March 4th. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was the end of
Well, and we'll
February, but it's the beginning of March. Okay.
yeah. We'll send out information on all that because.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow, I'm actually giving a speech.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, and here's what I was thinking. And I'm not going to do it, but it's what I was thinking, because like it's for a conference that's being held in San Antonio, and of course, right now, every conference is it's virtual, but I'm doing the keynote for it, and I'm so excited. I'm so honored to be doing it. But since it is a virtual sort of thing, I'm going to get the studio all set up after the live show and get everything ready. And I'm going to wear a tie and everything. So I'm going to dress like it was a virtual, not a non-virtual, like I was really there.
Yeah.
But I almost thought about just wearing having the suit on or something, but then having like a bathrobe over it.
I think it's hilarious.
Yours is like, oh, I don't know, but it's a stupid joke.
Oh, am I on? Yeah.
Am I on? Yeah. Just have a
and then you take it off and you're like ready for
coffee
business.
cup.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a virtual conference. You've got to do something to spice those up.
I know. Everybody attending the conference is probably going to be in their bathroom.
Really.
But I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. I think it's kind of heartening in a way that amongst all this, even though we can't meet the way we used to right now, it's it's nice that everything has just moved into a virtual kind of thing. It's we still do it.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting how it plays out in the long run.
Yeah.
So, my mom says great value info. Cool. About the grayscales and everything. Owen joins us, says hello.
Hey,
painting Simba ?
Heck yeah. And Mufasa.
Babette joins us, says yum. That's my favorite champagne.
Ah.
It is pretty good. And Nancy says the school here is huge in Colorado Springs. That's close. Well, where she's sort of. And Owen says, I have a question. Is book Shout in the Dark in audiobook?
No, and in fact, I have a hard time. I mean, I wrote the book, but I have a hard time recommending it quite a bit because of the publisher.
Yeah, it's
sort of a weird thing, guys. And like whenever I wrote the book, it was supposed to be made into an audiobook and all this. And Lindsay Tate edited. She was brilliant and really so great to work with. And then, but the publishing house, which is a major publishing house that bought the book and they were going to put it out. But they were bought by another publishing company right when the book was coming out, like right when it came out. And the new publishing company could care less about biographies. It wasn't a thing at all. So they never did anything. Like they never, like in the contract, it was supposed to have like all this stuff.
And we've reached out to them and they've not responded to any emails, any calls.
Weird. It's just weird.
So now we're trying to do a workaround and get with Lindsay and try to get another connection, because at some point, if they just don't return your calls, you'd think, well, they forfeit their rights, but it's not as easy as that.
Well, yeah, and it's weird. It's not. It's just. So it was a nice. It was a big publishing company, but it was bought by a huge one. It's just a conglomerate.
Yeah.
And I don't even think they know what they have. I mean, like it's like they don't. I don't think they know who to send us to or anything. Like it's just sort of like we're just lost in the cogs of the wheels, and they're just like, well, we don't know. That's not kind of what we do. We're sports or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's just really weird. But anyway, it was a great experience though. Like I love working with Lindsay, and honestly, one of the great things about that was I got to work with all these different editors, got to write the book, and the book is out there. You can buy it. It's just not, I wanted to have a Braille format, and the publisher, the company we were working with, were really excited about doing that, about putting it out in Braille, about putting it out in audiobooks. But then they got bought, and the people that bought it, it just wasn't their bag. They just like, they just didn't care at all about biographies or about art or about any of that. It was just like, they were, like their whole focus was something completely different.
Well, Owen says, I tried looking to see if it was on Bard even. Bummer, I'm surprised. And then Kim said you should keep the booze bottles in the background when you do the speech tomorrow.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Hey guys. Hey, yeah, it's good.
And then you wear the robe. It's fitting.
There you go.
My mom says time for a new one. So, yes, you'll have to write a new one.
Yeah. That's one thing I was thinking about. It is working on something that So I don't know. It's just a shame because I like the book.
Well,
it's a lot of work. Holy moly.
Kayla's joined us and says the book is on Bookshare. I just finished it. So that's cool.
Oh,
thanks for reading it.
Yeah, and you can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it at the bookstores. And you can order it through there. When it first came out, it was in the bookstores.
Yeah,
I never go to bookstores.
You can still
so
I think you can still get a copy at Dallas Museum of Art and
yeah.
And but yeah, you can get it on Amazon.
Which is the weird thing. Like they make it, so somebody knows something about it.
Somebody knows
somebody's
something.
making the book. So I mean, good grief.
Well, Kylie says I was too. Actually, it is a great book, though. I loved it. So
oh, thank you, Kylie.
Thanks so much for reading it, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to do another one, and maybe instead of selling the book or having a publisher, I thought about doing a self-publishing, or at least doing a publisher, but this time doing it with a contract, knowing that
they may get bought out.
Yeah, or it's good grief, going with our eyes a little more open but it was a wonderful experience though, because I love writing. It's always been something I enjoy doing, and and to see it from inside the industry and all, like seeing like the editors and the different people working and how that works and how they put it together and all this sort of stuff was really interesting to me. And I'm just a big nerd that way, and so that was cool.
You are a nerd. Okay, so we should since this whole month has been techniques.
Oh, you want to do questions?
Yeah, we'll do some. We're gonna do this a little differently. It's not like multiple choice. We're just having fun. So, if you think you know the answer, write it in. But it's technique month. This is the last, I think, technique we're gonna do. I'm sure John will be doing techniques throughout, but this is dedicated to it. So I thought I would ask you questions on different types of techniques, like if you could name them.
Ooh.
So
I'm gonna look so bad on this, I'm afraid. Golly.
It's gonna be good.
Okay, so you ready? Should I bring it up?
Yeah, go ahead and put up.
Let's see.
Okay, so you'll get these. You'll get this.
Whisper them to me if I look like I don't know what it is.
Okay. With this technique, artists can create different values by making a pattern of dots.
Oh, I think I know that.
What is it? So, if you think you know it, give it a second. Let's see if anybody else out there knows.
I won't say.
So, I remember doing this in art school. This was one of the projects was you had to do this. That actually, when I first saw this, I thought it was a different name for it. But it's a pretty cool technique.
This makes me think of Liechtenstein.
Oh yeah. So it is creating a shaded image by using a series of dots. So
Does anybody got
yeah,
it?
Nancy guessed stipple. So does anybody else have any guesses?
Tell me when it's
Stippling.
okay for me to guess, because I don't want to.
Well, my mom tuned in and said stippling. So
yeah, that's what I would say.
So yeah, okay. So yes, very good. It is stippling. I actually remember, and maybe I have this. Maybe this is something different, but I could have swore that back when I learned it, it was called pointillism.
Well, that's like Surratt. Yeah, it's pointillism. Yeah, stippling is like when you go in and you make like little boop, 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 boop. Pointillism can be that in a way, but I think pointillism also it's a careful placement of dots in a way too.
So
it could be, but it's also it's very
it could be. It's okay. I got you.
If you're like Surratt, you're probably going in like with a microscope and like
the different colors.
Yellow, little green, a little bit less green.
Okay. Well, good job out there.
Way to go, guys.
Oh, and Owen said, right, that's what I thought too. So I'm not alone on this. Thank you. All right, so the next technique. All right. This technique consists of placing lines closely side by side. What is it?
Well, I have a name for it, but I don't know if it's right. I don't know if that's
It also is a method to create, obviously the image, but to create some shading.
Is this something that you would use in cartooning?
Yeah.
Because the thing I have in mind is 2 words.
Okay, well, this is not.
Okay. Hmm.
But I mean, maybe there's another.
Unless I'm misspelling it.
Oh wait, no. It could have It could have 2 words. I see where. Okay, you could be right.
Oh.
Okay, so Owen, guess hatching.
I was gonna say cross hatching.
Okay, that would be correct.
Ooh.
Hatching.
Is that 2 words or 1 word?
Nancy said checkerboard. It is hatching, or cross hatching. So I mean, hatching is one way, and then cross hatching is going both ways, but the same concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are you ready for the next one?
Oh yes.
Okay, so this water-based opaque paint that is similar to school quality tempera, but is of a higher quality. What is it?
Oh, can you say it one more time? I'm sorry.
This is a water-based opaque paint that is similar to school quality tempera, but it is a higher quality. What is it?
Oh, it's okay. I know it.
You,
Okay, I think I know it.
So this I mean it's a supply, it's a tool, it's the name of paint.
I may not know what this is.
But it is also, I guess, a technique.
I'm thinking of something that you can use with watercolor paint, but it's not really watercolor paint, but it's something that maybe I'm not. Can you say it one more time? Because maybe.
Yeah. So this is a water-based opaque paint that is similar to school quality tempera.
I think I know.
But it is of higher quality. What is it?
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, I have a guess. Whenever you're ready, I'll give you my guess.
Okay, let's see if anybody. Okay, we don't have anybody guessing yet, but.
Okay,
Do you want to take a stab at it?
Well, I'll say if you don't say if I'm right. I'd say it's gouache.
Do you feel confident?
Fairly.
It is in fact gouache.
Is it? Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
So gouache has more body and dries more slowly than watercolor paint.
It's just like watercolor, but it's got like the stuff in it. So, which is a nice thing. If you get it into watercolor, they always say like if you make a mistake, you just run. But with gouache, though, it's opaque, so you can cover up that and then go in and do your own thing.
Yeah.
But I liked it because it's thicker, so I could use it to make some little things I could feel and touch.
I mean,
I would use more traditional.
Yeah, it's nice because it's almost like a halfway point between acrylic and watercolor. They've got this, nice quality where you can do some of the techniques that you do with watercolor with it. So
yeah, it's almost like acrylic.
Yeah. So Owen says gouache ? So
you don't really see gouache a lot. I like it. I mean, if you mess with watercolor, gouache can be awesome because it adds a whole nother variance, a whole nother layer to your watercolor.
So very good, guys. This is the last one. If you want to do this one, if you're ready. This one might be a little tricky. This is a process in which an image is drawn with a waxy pencil or crayon directly on a plate, which can be made of zinc, stone, or aluminum. So and I took this class in college, in part of the art degree. You were forced to take, I think, something like this anyway. And I did not like this at all. I didn't like doing this type of art.
Can you read it one more time?
Yeah. This is a process in which an image is drawn with a waxy pencil or crayon directly on a plate, which can be made of zinc, stone, or aluminum.
Gosh, I'm thinking about it. I've read about it. I've never done it though. And
Nancy guesses etching.
Etchings. I mean, yeah, it sounds like etching, or I'm thinking like electro or something.
Etching is probably a part of this process, but it's the overarching art.
Printmaking.
But that is overarching. There's different versions of printmaking.
So what you're saying is that overly, Nancy and I are correct. Not overly.
You're just too correct. Kim guesses negative.
Ooh. Block printing?
No.
No, hold it, because that would be never mind. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's like okay.
Are you ready?
Gosh. I got a feeling when you say it, we're gonna be like, oh, maybe, I don't know.
Lithography.
Lithography! Oh my gosh! Yes. So I've never done that, but I always thought it'd be interesting.
Yeah, lithography can be a complex and demanding process, but in contrast to woodcut and engraving, does not require special professional training. So if you can draw, you can do a lithograph.
So that's pretty cool. I thought about that, and I never tried that because I want to make prints of the paintings that I do, and a lithograph is kind of like its own art piece in itself. You know, like you're etching that, so it's not like you're making a like a print of something. It is its own art dealio. So
yeah,
that's always like I thought. Well, that's cool, but
yeah,
you know.
I didn't like this in school. Didn't like this class in school, but I think it probably had to do with the teacher. I don't know. A lot of times, usually when I didn't like an art class, it was because of the teacher.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But
instructor can have a lot to do with stuff.
Yeah.
So, man, well, that was good. Did
you go.
Did I win anything?
Oh, you didn't. Well, no, you didn't win anything.
Well, I felt pretty good about that though. I only got one wrong.
Yeah, it was good. Way to go.
Yeah, thank you. Are you still drinking the drink?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. Just gonna move on to straight champagne soon, but
yeah, it's pretty good. It's a little different. It's funny though, because like it doesn't taste too lemony. It's like well balanced. Like it's a well balanced drink. That's funny. Way to go, French people! And
woohoo!
A long time ago.
Well, Kylie says, I know it's going to be late, but can you please give me a call after the live show, or should I email you?
About what?
I don't know. I would say email only because we immediately run in there and feed the boy.
Oh yeah,
That's usually what our MO.
And I know tonight after the live stream, I have that talk that I have to give. And I sign in like at 8 a.m.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I have to do some drawings and I have to do some different things tonight here in the studio for it, and because I'm going to do a live painting while I'm giving my keynote, and so I got to get all that prepped and all the stuff prepped and the studio totally turn around, and then so maybe
Yeah, so email. She says it's a question regarding the Saturday regarding Saturday, March 6th. So yeah, definitely email and we'll get right back to you. But oh, and then Nancy says John won a champagne drink.
What?
You won a champagne drink.
Oh, nice! Yay! Winner, chicken dinner. Well, what did you win, Nancy? Because you got it right too. You did well.
She won a big glass of wine.
Oh, that's nice.
So.
Please email, and tonight's just a weird night because I just gotta get that stuff ready, and so I know it's gonna be a really late night for me, and it's gonna be an early morning.
Yeah. Owen says, is this going to be on Zoom for the public? No.
No, it's for a conference for, actually a San Antonio Lighthouse for the Blind. Yeah. And, so it's a conference there, and then, yeah.
My mom said yesterday was Margarita Day, and Glenn did his bartending for us last night.
Wow.
I'm jealous. I noticed on the socials that it was Margarita Day.
I did too.
And I was like, I didn't have any margarita stuff, so
yeah,
just had to drink beer. And imagine. I saw a weird post the other day though of somebody that had they took a Corona. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yep.
They took a Corona and they drank probably like, barely a third of it. And then they poured in a shot of I think vodka. And then poured in an equal shot of orange juice. And I mean, it was like it was on a TikTok, and all the hearts and comments were like, "Oh yeah, that's the greatest." And
really,
I'm like,
I don't know.
Weird. Beer mixed with anything, it's dicey to me.
I know, I know a lot of people get excited about the beeritas, where you have like a Corona and a margarita.
Yeah.
As you drink the margarita, the Corona like bloop, bloop, bloop,
yeah.
I don't like those. Like I like a Corona, and I like a margarita.
Yeah.
But I don't like them as much mixed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've ordered it mixed.
It's like waters down the margarita and it makes it Corona. I don't know.
I'm trying to think because I know I've ordered that drink before with a Corona, upside down and sticking in it. But usually by the time I've ordered that drink, I'm not too concerned about the taste of anything. So I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, I was never a big fan. I just, but, so I'm dubious about that one, but that does sound interesting. I mean, you know.
I mean,
I would try it
I'll
just
give it a
because I'm
try.
curious, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know I wonder how well balanced that would be.
So,
Interesting, like up here.
so after you do this croissant technique to the painting, what colors, what are you thinking color-wise? What's going on over here?
Well, I'll tell you. So, over here on this side, which is going to be a little darker on this side, so that the light's actually coming from the left going to the right. So on the right-hand side, it's going to be darker, and in here, it's going to be more purples and blues. Over on the left-hand side would be more traditional lion colors, yellows and oranges. You know, of course, I'm going to have to get a little crazy because, you know, me. And then down on the cub, over on his face down here will be a little bit darker underneath the eye and next to the ear. But it's going to be a little lighter colors because it is a baby. You know, you got to show that. So more pinks and light purples and blues and things. So lots and lots of color. So, but I'm going to go in and I know I'm working kind of slow. But I'm just slowly building this up. One of the nice things is that with this, by doing the underpainting, is that you can take your time on the underpainting a little bit. Then when you get to the color, you can be a little more freewheeling with the color, which is kind of nice. Because the color can be the emotion and the energy and all that. And you don't have to worry about the lightness and darkness of it so much because all that's already been taken care of. So when it comes to the expression of the energy, you can be a little more abstract. And it's still going to have the tonal quality, you know, because of the underpainting.
So is this a typical lion, or is this the golden mane lion, whatever the...
Oh, it's...
Is it just your interpretation of a colorful lion? Like you do your elephants?
Well, it's, you know, it's a good question. I want to look up more of the colors about the golden mane lions and see about that. But it's my colors are always so, you know, a little more about the music and the feeling. Yeah. So but I do, you know, I want to research a little bit more about that. But I don't know. I gotta admit, I'm probably a little more Mufasa. Hakuna Matata and all that.
Hakuna Matata. So what are you going to paint for, I mean, if you don't want to tell us, you don't have to, but what are you going to paint tomorrow for the talk?
Oh, the talk. Oh, the talk I'm looking forward to in a way. And it was something that I tried to do on a TEDx talk a couple years ago. Are you going to do UV? No. But the idea, and then but the idea of combining painting techniques and with real life experiences and stuff. So I'm going to try to work that in. And we were talking about chiaroscuro and about darkness and how that affects life and all these different things. Are you going to try to like finish it in one go during the speech, or are you just getting it set up? Wow, okay. But it's not going to be a very detailed painting, and because what I'm thinking about more is like a dancer, with a chiaroscuro sort of effect. So like they're in the spotlight. So it's a lot of darkness. So most of the painting is going to be a lot of darkness. It's all around it. But the darkness is really driving your eyes towards the dancer. And then the dancer, I'm not sure. I haven't even decided. I was going to, after the stream tonight, I was going to really think about that because I haven't decided if I want color in there. So I haven't worked out how to put in all the colors that I want. So I don't know if it's going to be in the dancer. Maybe I need to make the dancer bigger. You know, I don't know. You don't want to make it too detailed because, you know, walking and chewing gum at the same time. Yeah, that's true. Like you're trying to really give a good talk, and you know, at the same time you're trying. Oh my gosh, I gotta get that little detail. You know, hold on, guys. You know, give her one crazy tooth or something. So you know, but well, Owen says looks like a lion cub, Simba. So there we go. Well, that's awesome. Very nice. I'm kind of painty. But and Kim said that's such a great concept about your. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that, and I guess I'll stop working on this for right now because I'm a little painty on my hands. Okay. And well, I could go wash my hands a lot, but gosh, that would mean getting up, wouldn't it? So I'm trying to dry them off, but I keep smearing the paint.
Well, next month is March. We will have to think of a theme for March's shows. That'll be interesting, and we'll do more art giveaways and trivia.
It occurred to me today that our son Jack is less than 2,000 days away from adulthood. He'll be 13 next month, but I don't know. Thinking 5 years,
days.
but gosh.
Yeah. Next month he'll be a teenager, and not that he doesn't already act like one, but cool.
He's an awesome kid. It's
It's a couple years away from driving. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a teenager again. I wouldn't want to go through that, but
no.
But gosh, that's hard.
Yeah.
Trying to grow and find your way in the world. Oh my goodness.
Well, Nancy says dancer in black and white and background in color. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
And Babette said cool. Owen said wow. And and Kylie said she just sent the message. So.
Oh, thank you, Kylie.
So, well, cool. If you're done, babe, I guess we will log off and then log back in on Tuesday next week.
Yeah, guys, and so Tuesday we're gonna, I don't know, we'll have some fun. We'll figure it out. We'll try to pull out all the stops for next Tuesday. Getting the studio unfrozen and getting everything working and back to normal is taking up a lot of our time this week. It's been great, but it's so great to get back to normal and hang out with you guys. But thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks. Like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff, and we will see you guys next Tuesday.
Bye-bye, guys.